Field here in Queens, New York. We're getting ready for Game 2 between the Brewers and the Mets. It'll be a great pitching matchup tonight and some great offense on display tonight as well. Eric Thames did not get the start yesterday, but back in the lineup at first base tonight. 5 home runs for him on the season, tied for second most in the league. Thames looking to add to that home run total as the Brewers will be facing Matt Harvey here tonight at Citi Field. Good evening, everyone. Sophia Minner, and good news for the Brewers. Thames back in the lineup at first base, and also both outfielders, Lorenzo Cain and Domingo Santana, after the collision last night in the 5th inning, they're both back in the lineup as well. So no injury news to report there. And for the Brewers offense, they're hoping that they can continue building off of the great night that they had last night. You see over the last 9 games the improvement that the Brewers have made in their last 4 games, including the 3-game series against the Cardinals, and last night they're averaging 4 runs per game with 6 home runs, 8 doubles, and the OPS much better at 773. So Craig Counsell spoke about the improved approach and improved at-bats that he's seeing across his lineup.
We've kind of relied on the one, the home run, I feel like, during this little stretch. And we put some single runs across, but that's get one guy in, and it's been a 1 guy in and a 2-out base hit is really how we've got those single runs, which, you take, but it's not the big inning that is the kind of breakthrough inning. So, it's just getting guys together. I do think the at-bats are, like last night, I thought we did a pretty good job with some at-bats, and hopefully it's a sign of good things to come.
Craig Counsell hoping his offense will get some more run support for opening day starter Chase Anderson. He'll meet Matt Harvey on the mound tonight. We'll go up to our game announcers, Matt LePay and Bill Schroeder, taking a look at Anderson's night on the mound.
Miller Park in a very convincing Brewers victory, which was part of a series sweep last May in Milwaukee. Good evening, alongside Bill Schroeder. I'm Matt LePay, and this is an interesting pitching matchup. Once again, it always is when you're playing the Mets, I guess, Rock. But we've talked a lot about this Brewers bullpen. It's been worked a lot here in the early going. It would be nice if they could get a little relief tonight in their own right, and maybe Chase Anderson's the guy to do that.
Yeah, not just tonight. I think the Brewers really need to have a nice run through the rotation, all 5 guys, to be able to pick up some innings and give the bullpen a little bit of time off. Chase Anderson has 2 of the 3 quality starts for the Brewers. He was very good his last time out. Unfortunately, got a no decision, but it's a good guy to have out there. Zach Davies has the other quality start. You know, the starting rotation right now only has 10 more innings right now than the bullpen. That's unacceptable. You can't continue that stretch. And right now, Chase Anderson, a good guy to be out there. Give that bullpen a little bit of time off.
The other thing Craig Counsell has talked a lot about is getting more offense. They showed a couple of good signs last night. We'll see if they can show a few more tonight as they try to draw even in this series. Lineups, first pitch, coming up. And our reporter Sophia Minard. I'm Matt LePay. Brian Anderson handling some NBA playoff duties. BA will be back with us in about 1 month. In the meantime, the Brew Crew trying to draw even here in this series, Rock, against the New York Mets. Last night, for the first time this season, taking a 1-run loss. 5 one-run wins so far for the Crew, but got a little bit of offense going. But as you mentioned, this is another one of those nights where they in the beginning with Craig Counsell, need some extended innings from his starting pitcher here tonight.
No better guy than Chase Anderson. He's done a pretty good job of that so far this year. You really got to play good baseball to beat a Mets team that is off to an 11-1 start. The Mets doing just about everything very well. Craig Counsell not panicking. I think he's realizing that they've got some injuries. They worked through that. He's not too worried about the offense. They'd like to get the starting pitching going, though.
All right, let's check out the Brewers batting order here for the middle game, presented by Potawatomi. Lorenzo Cain Again at the top of the order, followed by Eric Thames and Ryan Braun. Travis Shaw hits cleanup. Domingo Santana hits fifth, followed by Eric Sogard, Jonathan VR, Jet Bandy, and Chase Anderson rounding out the Brew Crew batting order. And that's the look that will face the Mets right-hander Matt Harvey.
Yeah, Harvey making his third start. No records so far in the year. A 3.6 earned run average. An injury-riddled season last year. Only 18 starts. He had a right shoulder problem. Had a big earned run average a year ago, 6.70, making start number 3 career against Milwaukee. He's currently 0-1.
And that one loss was a game where he was knocked around a lot at Miller Park last May.
Yeah, let's check out the Mets defense. They've been pretty solid defensively. Cespedes, Conforto, and Bruce. You can't run on that trio out there. Frazier, Rosario, Cabrera up the middle. Adrian Gonzalez at first base, and Jose Lobaton behind home plate once again tonight.
And there he is, Matt Harvey, who was an all-star in 2013. Came back from Tommy John surgery that wiped out his 14 season, put together a very good year in 2015, and it's gone the other direction for him since then. As Lorenzo Cain steps in to lead off the game, and he takes ball 1, and we are underway here at Citi Field. And it's good to see Cain and Santana in the lineup. Both were banged up after banging into each other in a fly ball put out last night. And Cain goes back up the middle, sliding stop, Rosario, and that is out number 1.
That's kind of what the Mets do. I mean, they've committed only 8 errors. They played errorless baseball in yesterday's game, and very solid up the middle with Rosario and Cabrera. Good double play combination. Brewers want to take a look at this to see if Adrian Gonzalez kept his foot on the bag. Nice play, goes around, and let's see, is he on the bag? Yeah, looks like he might have had the toe on it.
He does hold the bag, so the Brewers will play on. And here's Eric Thames back in the lineup tonight. He had a pinch hit appearance last night with the left-hander Steven Matz on the mound for New York. Craig Counsell went with Jesus Aguilar. Aguilar will be off the bench here this evening. And Thames comes to New York in a pretty good little role once again, as the month of April continues to be good for him. Historically good last year, and he's gone deep 5 times already this month.
And the Brewers have relied a lot on the home run ball as of late. All 5 runs in yesterday's game, the result of 3 different home runs. Craig Counsell looking for his offense to string some hits together.
Matt Harvey pops it in there at 95 miles an hour. Interesting, his velocity has been down a couple of ticks, but you wouldn't know it there as he's ahead of the count of all 2 strikes. Mets pitching staff has been terrific. Best in the National League, and only the Houston Astros are better in all of baseball.
And if you think their starting rotation is good, their bullpen even better.
Shift on for the Brewers first baseman. On a count of 2 balls, 2 strikes to Eric Thames. We'll look at a called 3rd strike, and quickly there are 2 men out here in inning number 1.
Yeah, right on the outside corner, and Harvey off to a good start. His cruising speed these days about 93, 94 miles an hour. A couple of ticks off what he was when, before he had his injuries. Hey, Lobaton sticks the landing on the outside corner.
Well, you're right though about that Mets bullpen, and saw it firsthand last night. Joe's familiar already with 7 saves, and see that bullpen ERA is just terrific for the Mets as Ryan Braun steps in. Braun offered at him. Slider there from Harvey.
Yeah, it's going to be basically fastball slider. He'll throw some changeups to lefties.
I mentioned the Brewers showed some home run power last night. That included Ryan Braun, a 2-run blast that gives him 997 RBIs in his career. On the brink of yet another milestone. The all-time franchise leader in home runs. Hit number 300 late last season against the Cubs. He has 305 big flies in his career. 1-1 pitch.
And Brony got a fastball up, kind of middle in, and he took it to the opposite field. No doubter to right center.
Ryan Braun, Hernan Perez a 2-run homer, and Travis Shaw a solo shot. That's how the Brewers picked up their 5 runs last evening. And a ground ball to Asdrubal Cabrera, and Harvey puts the Brewers down in order here to begin the game. Nothing across for the Brew Crew, and now Chase Anderson will be facing the Mets in the bottom of the first. Presented by Potawatomi, Michael Conforto, Asdrubal Cabrera, Yoenis Cespedes at the top, Bruce Gonzalez and Frazier in the middle, Rosario Lobaton and Harvey leading the Mets batting order against the Brewers opening day starter, and he is off to a good start this season, Chase Anderson. This is 1 through 8, the same lineup that Callaway had last night for the Mets.
Well, winless on the season in his first 3 starts, but very good work out of Chase. 338 earned run average. Last time out, a loss to the Cubs, 6 innings, 2 runs in a Brewers 3-0 loss at Miller Park.
Yeah, it's an example of how you can't just stare down records and make a judgment, since he has provided this team with 2 of its 3 quality starts in these first few weeks of the season. Falls behind the leadoff hitter Conforto. 3 balls, no strikes. History-making start for the Mets. 11-1 out of the gate. They're doing just about everything right. Already saw a good defensive play by Amed Rosario. Yoenis Cespedes a couple of highlight material plays out in left field last night. And Todd Frazier, his first 2 homers as a Met.
Yeah, they're playing with a lot of confidence right now. Going to be important for Chase. Not only to pitch deep into the game today, 6 innings, I guess, is what they're looking for, but keep the Mets off the board early. The Brewers have found themselves playing from behind quite a bit.
And the Mets opponents are finding that to be the case. They scored in the first inning last night. They have scored in the first inning of 9 of their first 12 games. But Anderson, after falling behind 3-0, comes back to punch out Michael Conforto first out of the inning.
That got him on a changeup. Yeah, nice pitch by Chase on a full count. Let's check out the Brewers defense. Same as last night. Got Braun, Kane, and Santana from left to right. Travis Shaw gets the start at third base. Sogard at short. VR at second base. It was Arce and Perez up the middle yesterday. Thames at first. Aguilar got the start yesterday at first base, and Jet Bandy once again behind home plate.
Here is Asdrubal Cabrera, second baseman. A couple of hits last night that extends his hitting streak to 11 games. Off to a very good start at the plate is the veteran Cabrera. Curveball from Anderson evens the count.
He's got 4 pitches that are working for him pretty well so far this year. The fastball, he'll cut it, sink it. And the curveball and the changeup.
1-1 pitch to Cabrera. Will pop up along the line, and that is going to drop just foul. Already in today in baseball, including the wildest one of the day at Wrigley Field in Chicago, where the Braves, after 4 innings, led the Cubs 10-2, and the Cubs rallied on the strength of a 9-run 8th inning to beat the Braves 14-11.
And capped off by a Javier Baez extra base hit with the bases loaded. He's off to a pretty good start.
He's not bad. Not bad at all. Cubs have been a little up and down. And Cabrera, a strikeout swing and a foul tip into the mid of Jet Bandy, and Chase Anderson has faced 2. He has struck out 2.
It's all about command of the fastball for Chase. He won't pitch inside. But that fastball command on the outside corner to both right-handers and left-handers is his bread and butter. When he has it, he's going to have a good day. He's always got that changeup. I mean, he's got a good curveball too. That's when he really has his good starts.
Here's Yoenis Cespedes. Mentioned his work in left field last night. Had a couple of hits, drove in a run. Interesting numbers for Cespedes so far this season. Batting average very low, and even lower when the bases are empty. He does his damage with men on, which Mickey Callaway will take. He has driven in 11 runs.
Had an RBI in the first inning last night.
Brewers trying to get back above 500. They come in 7 up and 7 down. They're hoping slowly but surely getting back to health. Good news is they didn't lose anybody else last night, and there were some scary moments with that Kane Santana collision.
Everybody all right? Christian Yelich on the road to recovery. He'll be back soon.
Anderson ready with the 2-1 pitch.
A good changeup going down and in on a fastball count.
Very good year for Anderson last year, and has been good beyond that. A very good run now over his last some 40 starts as Cespedes sends one down the line and right. Santana sliding attempt and cannot get it. A foul ball.
Hey, you got to play deep with Cespedes at the plate, and Santana not able to get there. Fortunate for the Brewers, that ball landed in foul ground. Didn't miss the line by much. Barely foul.
He's telling reporters he was pretty sore after the game and wanted to see how he felt this morning, and a thumbs up on a night where the temperature is dropping and fairly quickly. Same deal for Kane. Tested that left quad last night.
Yeah.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Anderson with strikeouts of Conforto and Cabrera. Mention those last 40 starts for Chase Anderson. 17-6 with a 2.74 ERA. He has sustained a very high level of success on the mound. Payoff pitch coming to Cespedes. This is popped up. Thames will have the play. Only a good start for Chase Anderson. A couple of strikeouts and a foul pop. Travis Shaw will lead off as we move to the second.
To start stretch things out a little bit, and let's see if Eric Thames can continue his hot April hitting. 11 home runs in April last year. He's already got 5, so hopefully he's going to be able to continue that.
Here is Travis Shaw leading off this top half of the second inning. Number 2 coming last night in the home run department. Pitchers retiring the side in order in the first inning.
Wind's really kicking up. And you could really tell when Thames was trying to catch that pop up to end the bottom of the first. Something's blowing in.
Well, the route was anything but direct, but it had to be. He's trying to stay with it.
Pop-ups are going to be an adventure.
Shea Stadium field. The old ballpark when whipping hot dog wrappers and everything everywhere. Shaw gets into one deep to right field, and that is off the wall of the bounce. And Shaw on his way to second against the arm of Jay Bruce, and Travis is in easily with a leadoff double.
Yeah, I think Travis thought that was a home run, kind of trickling out of that batter's box, but you know, the way the wind's blowing, it's blowing straight in from right field. Now, not sure how that's going to affect play because the grandstands will block it off a little bit. It looked like a slider that was in. Didn't look like Travis barreled it up, got it on the trademark a little bit. Missed by plenty, but still able to get into second base. Yeah, he thought he had one. Now he realized he better get going.
For a leadoff double, here is Domingo Santana.
And a lot of times in stadiums like this, you have that stiff wind blowing in from right. It actually hits the grandstands beyond third base, and then kind of has a jet stream the other way. But who knows?
Maybe not the case, at least with that at bat from Shaw. Just knocked it down.
Yeah, hold
it's
on
a little
tight.
brisk.
Yeah, hold on tight. This flag's going to get tattered tonight.
And we're told get used to it. It'll be like this for a while and all day tomorrow. Well, we know back in Wisconsin, you're saying Crimea River because it's depending on where you are, you're getting a foot or more, right? Of the little spring snowstorm back in Wisconsin.
I think that Wisconsin weather's heading this way.
I think it is. 2 balls, 1 strike to Santana with Shaw, the runner at second.
Yeah, these are the opportunities that Craig Counsell, talking about. Got to take advantage of when you're facing pitching like the Mets. Lead off double, get them over, get them in somehow. Can't squander many chances against these guys.
Outside of the home run, Counsell talking earlier today, the 2-out single to bring in a run, and they take it, but they're going to try to move the line here if they can. This is a ball club that averages 3.5 runs per game so far. And you know the lineup is capable of more, especially when it gets healthy, which it is not. Getting there, but still not.
Yeah, Craig Counsell doesn't want to hear about that, though. He puts his guys out there, expects results.
Whoa. Yeah, he uses the term position player group. Out-getters for pitchers, the defense is the run prevention unit, but position player group. Yeah, that's just a good way of saying that everybody on the 25-man matters a lot. If you're a regular in the starting lineup or not, you're going to get your opportunities. And on the hands as Santana fouls that down the line.
Sound like he broke his bat. And got in on him down below his trademark, and he's got to go get another weapon.
Santana's average up from the first month of last season, but still looking for his first homer. He looks at ball 4 from Matt Harvey. So the first 2 on for the Brewers here in the second. A double from Shaw and a walk from Domingo Santana. Matt Harvey, Tommy John surgery, missed the 2014 season. Pitched and pitched really well a year later. Matter of fact, 189 innings. And as he was putting that year together, there were those wondering if maybe that was a bit much for someone coming off Tommy John surgery. But he's had a terrific year. But since then, he has struggled mightily.
An injury last year that kept him out about 3 months.
Here's Eric Sogard. Sogard had a pinch single last night in the 8th inning. The Brewers brought him onto the big club last May. It was against Matt Harvey, and he took him deep. Driving anything out to right, as Travis Shaw found. It could be a chore, but Harvey was vulnerable to giving up the big fly last year. That is not a part of Sogard's game, really, but just something to keep in mind as we move along. They missed without number 1.
And 93 in on his hands, and Eric Sogard not able to advance the base runners. A 3-pitch at bat to get him.
Second strikeout early on for Harvey.
Check it out, fastball in, leaked back over the heart of the plate, but see Sogard with a defensive swing.
Harvey's first start of the year was a good one against the Phillies. Against the Nationals, went 5 innings, gave up 4 runs and 9 hits. Here's Jonathan Villar.
Only had 2 strikeouts in that game against the Nationals. This guy used to be one of those, potentially 10 a game strikeout guys.
Mentioned the velocity down. Pretty big year, you would think, for Harvey. His career record is actually a game below 500. VR shoots one down the line and left, and that is slicing, and it's a fair ball, and it is gone. Jonathan VR goes opposite field down the left field line, and it's 3-0 Milwaukee.
Well, that ball had some carry on it big time, right down the line. Thought with the wind, the way it was blowing, it was going to blow foul. I think he hit it so much on a line that the wind didn't have much of an opportunity to push it foul. That is that fastball. VR goes right with it and then is able to tuck it inside that left field foul pole. That's a start the Brewers needed. Give them a 3-run lead.
Yeah, Council talking about manufacturing runs, but he's not against 3-run homers either. Here's Jed Bandy.
Yeah.
He'll take those.
Yeah. All the runs in this series have been home runs.
3 of them last night, and a 3-run blast for VR. Jeff Bandy back in the lineup tonight. Danny Pena continuing to get that right calf ready to go. Catching is not the problem, it's running.
He was running the bases before the game today. I mean, not full steam, but still able to run. Good news for Manny. That's not a big part of his game, running.
True.
Still got to run, though.
You do. Get back, stay back, right?
Right.
With him and Christian Yelich.
Yeah, for both of those guys, it's you know, maybe 1 or 2 days on this end will save you maybe a week or 2 on the back end. If you bring them back too soon, I mean, you might lose them for an extra 2-3 weeks.
Get it back to Miller Park where you can close the roof. Bandy into left field, a base hit. A good second inning for the Brew Crew. 3 runs in, still just 1 out, and Bandy the runner at first.
Bandy picking on a 1-2 pitch. It looked like a slider down and away, and he's able to hook it out there in the left field. There you see it, outer half. Actually, fastball for Bandy, and he was able to get the bat head out and line it into left.
Here's Chase Anderson. There to bunt. Check the box. Anderson spotted an early lead here. Something the Mets aren't used to. They jump on the opponents, but that's not the case tonight. That's a good bunt. Adrian Gonzalez to Cabrera covering first. Good sacrifice bunt from Anderson as Bandy moves up a base. 2 men out.
Good technique by Chase. We saw Zach Davies drop down a nice sacrifice last night.
Those little things. Runner back in scoring position as Anderson does his job. Brewers have touched up Harvey for 3 runs in this inning. A 3-run homer from Jonathan VR. Here's Lorenzo Cain. Taken away on a nice sliding stop by the shortstop of Ed Rosario to begin the game. Crew has made Harvey work here in the second. Something the Mets were able to do to Zach Davies last night. That pitch count got up pretty early in the evening.
Last night, every inning for Davies was a struggle.
Wanted at least 2 pitches back Todd Frazier that he knocked out of here for his first 2 Mets homers. 2 strikes and nothing to Kane. Pitch of the inning coming up for Harvey. Bandy the runner at second. He'll take it. Yeah, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Good eye, Low.
Let's see if he can take advantage. Another gust of wind. It'll be that kind of night. A long look in from Harvey. The 2-2. A couple of walks in last night's game. They're making Harvey grind it out in the second inning.
And moving the baseball around on Kane, not really pitching him one particular way. Inside, outside, up and down.
Here comes the payoff. That will end the inning. Harvey battles back, but the Brewers get to the Mets starting pitcher here tonight. The big blow coming from Jonathan Villar as he takes Harvey down the left field line. 3-run opposite field homer to an inning and 1/2 at Citi Field. Brewers with the 3-0 lead.
On Christian Yelich, the Brewers were hopeful to activate him from the 10-day disabled list with that right oblique injury, but Craig Counsell said that will not be the case. Now, Yelich did take BP in the cage. Counsell said he did 70 swings inside. They were hoping they could get him on the field today, but Counsell said even though he won't be activated tomorrow, they don't consider it a setback. He said it's just he's not 100% and they want to get him closer to that point. But he said that overall today it was the best he had felt, both hitting, catching, getting out onto the field. Just not enough progress there for Yelich. So there is no timeline as to when he'll be activated, but we do know it will not be tomorrow.
All right, Sophia, thank you very much. And I guess the fact that it's going to be a high of 42 tomorrow enter into the decision too, Rock. I mean, it's just not optimal for anybody, especially someone coming back with an oblique.
Yeah, obliques are tricky. I mean, you got to make sure you nip those things in the bud or they'll last all year.
Jay Bruce leading off the bottom of the second inning. It makes sense when you look at Bruce's career numbers against Chase Anderson. He's homered Bruce against the Brewers 35 times in his career. He has 1 hit in 14 at-bats against Chase, and 1 hit was a long one. Unusual, the Brewers with the big shift on against the left-handed power hitter who lifts a fly ball into right field. Domingo Santana putting it away for out number 1.
Got to be on your toes on balls like that. Ball's going to get pushed around, and got to make sure you're not just flat-footed out there. You might look bad on one.
One away in the second. Here's Adrian Gonzalez. Given Chase a fair amount of trouble when they have matched up. Into the shift. VR is there. That's why you align the way you align. Out number 2.
Yep, he's 9 for now 19 against Chase Anderson.
Speaking of hitters who give you trouble, Todd Frazier did that last night against Zach Davies.
Yeah, cut fastball, took him out of the yard to center field, and then tried to come inside, and look what happened. He turned on it, knocked it out of here down the line and left. He would add a single later in the game, a 3-hit game for Todd Frazier. The Todd Father, they call him. It's one of the best all-time nicknames.
Oh, it really is. Very popular in whatever clubhouse he is a part of. It's the case in Cincinnati, case with the White Sox, and then the midseason trade to the Yankees.
He grew up about an hour and a half from here, Toms River, New Jersey.
Famous photograph as a little leaguer with Derek Jeter. He's lived the dream for a while at this level.
Don't we all?
Yeah, it's really not hard work, is it? It's all right.
It is ideal, is it not?
It's not bad. A ball, 2 strikes. Anderson has retired the first 5 Mets he has faced tonight, and a curveball is lifted into shallow left field. Ryan Braun is there. He'll squeeze it, and Chase Anderson has his second straight 1-2-3 inning. Oh, get a look at Eric Thames. 5 home runs so far this season. He will lead off the third for the Brew Crew as they have the early lead, 3-0. lead things off and trying to continue to make history in the month of April. That's what he did last year, and he has hit 5 bombs rock so far this April.
He's got a good swing going. I mean, you can see the way he pops those hips open. Not a lot of movement before he starts that bat. Just a little lift of the toe, and that's all about the hips for Thames. His timing's been pretty good.
First pitch swing, and he pops it up, and Todd Frazier will squeeze it for the first out. With the wind blowing as it is, it will be tough for left-handers to drive the ball out of the park. You have to maybe have the Jonathan VR approach and go opposite field, which is what VR did. Keep in mind when lefties are at the plate.
Yeah, these guys get all the one. It doesn't matter what the wind's doing.
There's Ryan Braun. Rounded to second to win the first inning. Inching closer to that 1,000 RBI mark. 997 for Braun. Ground ball to Rosario. Quickly there, 2 men out of the third. Injuries that Harvey has dealt with in his career. We talked about the Tommy John surgery that took away his 2014 season. Struggled early in 2016. Eventually diagnosed it, needed surgery for thoracic outlet syndrome. His last real big year was 2015.
Part of a very good starting rotation for the Mets. You had Mats last night. You got Harvey tonight. Syndergaard tomorrow against the Brewers.
And Shaw has hit the ball hard twice tonight, and a base hit. He doubled in the second, and he singles with 2 men out in the third.
You got Jacob deGrom in that starting rotation. Yeah, leave one down on Travis Shaw. You're asking for trouble. That looked like a changeup right there, down out over the plate, and it was a nice swing on it. That bat, boy, it stays in the hitting zone a long time, even on off-speed stuff. It's a bullet out there in the right field.
Hit number 4 for the Brewers. Here's Domingo Santana. Chatting it up with Larry Vanover, who's calling the balls and strikes tonight. And Santana goes the other way. That's a base hit. Shaw on his way to third. Big turn from Santana. He'll hold it first, and the Brewers have runners at the corners with 2 outs.
What a nice approach that was for Domingo. Not trying to do too much with it. And he got a pitch out over the plate, down and away, and just kind of stuck the bat out there. That's just a beautiful piece of hitting by Domingo. You try and pull that, it's an easy ground out to short. You do that, and you keep the inning alive. Good piece of hitting.
A chance for the Brewers to do a little 2-out damage after Thames and Braun were retired. Singles from Shaw and Santana as Eric Sogard steps to the plate. Sogard struck out in the second. Changeup there, and Sogard out in front, a ball, a strike.
It's such a good pitch these days, especially when you're behind an account. See that a lot from Chase Anderson, Zach Davies, those changeups. Hitters looking fastball, and you give him a changeup, it's going to be tough for him to adjust.
RBI opportunity here for Sogard. Hitting in the 6th spot tonight. We saw him hit leadoff on Tuesday in St. Louis. It was a spot he handled for a good chunk of time in the first half of last season. He's got a pretty good option in Lorenzo Cain now. Sogard getting the call for Orlando Arcia.
Yeah, Arcia's been scuffling at the plate a little bit, so with the right-hander out there, you put Sogard in the game. Showed signs of snapping out of it, back in the homestand.
Runs so far, courtesy of a Jonathan Villar homer. That was in the 2nd. Thread going for the Crew in inning number 3. Harvey with the 2-1. Sogard goes the other way, and this will slice out of play. After tomorrow's series finale, the Brewers are home for the next 7. 3 with the Reds, and then 4 with the Miami Marlins. Reds really scuffling. Lost to the Cardinals this afternoon, 6-1. Keep an eye on Santana. See if I can maybe force a mistake.
Yeah, they stole a base on Lobaton in last night's game. Lorenzo Cain able to steal a base.
Called Lobaton up in the game last night. They have a season-ending injury to Travis d'Arnaud. Kevin Plawecki also out for a few weeks. Santana's running, and Sogard a foul ball. See if the Crew can manufacture a run here in the 3rd. Got to get something going with 2 men out. Harvey loads up again with a 2-2, and Santana caught between and just does get back.
Well, the idea is to get into a rundown. Lobaton just held on to it. That was by design to stop halfway. Lobaton's supposed to throw the ball to second base, get the run down, and maybe see if Travis Shaw can score from third base. Santana's able to get back to first.
But they're going to review it. Claiming that Gonzalez got that left foot maybe before the right foot hit the bag. We'll see. First replay review of the night. Challenge from Mickey Callaway, the Mets manager.
Yeah, Sean, not exactly a base burner to pull that off at third base. Maybe they did get him pretty close. Santana kind of just stuck there. You see, he stopped his slide. There's a foot on the bag right there, not sure. Calling the field is safe. But it is close.
We'll determine whether there's enough evidence to overturn. Big out of the bases in last night's game. Lorenzo Cain got caught at third on a good throw by Yoenis Cespedes on a Santana single. And this review's taking a little bit of time. Those two men were retired. Eric Thames a pop up. Ryan Braun a ground ball to short. Travis Shaw singled to right. Santana dropped one into right center.
Well, the replay room in Major League Baseball not far from here in Chelsea.
That's right. You got a tour a couple years ago, right?
Awesome. Very impressive. A lot going on in there. Major League Baseball spent a ton of cash to put that together. State of the art.
And we are about to get a verdict. Well done.
Kind of risky business for the Mets to challenge that, right?
Yeah, they're done
early in the game, and now they've lost their challenge for the night.
Razor's edge. But he just got back.
Yeah.
In the meantime, a full count to Eric Sogard. And here is that 3-2 pitch. Sogard, a fly ball hit back into right field. Jay Bruce near the track. And he makes the catch. He gave it a ride. The wind perhaps knocking that down as well. Remains 3-0 Milwaukee in the third. Tails. Speaking of the playoffs tomorrow on Fox Sports Wisconsin, two big matchups for you. Game one between the Bucks and the Celtics will be on Fox Sports Wisconsin. The series finale with the Brewers and Mets will be on Fox Sports Wisconsin Plus. Coverage begins at 11:30 a.m. Central. You can watch both by putting one on your TV and the other on your Fox Sports Go app. Big day for sports in the state. Ahmed Rosario leads off, and just like that, he grounds out to Travis Shaw for out number one. Be fun, Bucks and the Celtics. Back into the postseason.
And next year, the new stadium.
That's right.
Yeah, a lot to look forward to, right?
A lot of good stuff going on. That new arena, boy, you see some of the videos, the photos. That is, to say it's impressive is an understatement. Spectacular might be the better description. There's Jose Lobaton. In his career, he has been known quite a bit more for his work behind the plate than at the plate. And last night, his one hit was a triple. interesting to see what this Mets club does long term with Travis d'Arnaud scheduled for Tommy John surgery in the coming days. Kevin Plawecki, a hairline fracture in his left hand. He was hit by a pitch during Wednesday's game against the Marlins in Miami. Their backup catcher is Tomas Nido, up from Double-A. A lot of speculation out there as what kind of moves the Mets may make. In the meantime, they just keep winning games.
Yeah. Well, d'Arnaud has been a guy that the Mets really haven't been able to count on much anyway. He's their starting catcher. He's got a lot of promise. And, you know, Plawecki, a very good defensive catcher. I mean, don't expect a lot of offense out of him.
Payoff pitch to Lobaton.
So I guess maybe you can cover that. I think Lobaton, a guy that has a lot of experience in the major leagues. He's done a nice job assimilating here into New York. He did a nice job with Mats in last night's game. Wasn't a whole lot of shaking off going on.
8-year big league veteran.
I guess that's the only thing. I mean, getting to know this starting rotation and bullpen. That's the biggest challenge for a guy that is coming up.
Remember, Jonathan Lucroy was talking about that because the A's brought him in well into spring training, and that was the big chore for him in the last couple of weeks of spring training. There's the first base runner of the nights for the Mets as Anderson issues a walk to the New York catcher.
Hey, the Brewers return home to Miller Park for a 3-game series against the Reds. It's coming Monday the 16th through Wednesday April 18th. You can check out the complete schedule, which includes the season's first Miller High Life Monday plus a kids and seniors discount day. Go to brewers.com.
Here is Matt Harvey, showing no signs of wanting to bunt as he takes a hack. Harvey will be known, at least to this point in his career, that 5th and final game of the 2015 World Series against the Royals. Pitched so well, and Terry Collins is ready to take him out, and the cameras picked it up. I'm not coming out. Not coming out. Started the 9th inning, and then you know it, a rally for the Royals.
Should have come out.
There's a double play chance. VR1, and with Harvey running, able to double clutch and turn the around the horn double play. 5-4-3. Chase Anderson. Good first 3 innings. Brewers the early lead. and aboard.
Yeah, it kind of reminds you of what he did a couple of years ago, taking pitches like that into left field, this time with power. Right down that left field line. And looking like the Jonathan VR of old.
Fireball home run count, and 1 first of the year for VR.
Off to a good start.
Starting to come around a little bit toward the end of spring training and carrying that over. Always, in a lot of cases, you dismiss the spring training stats, but it looked like he was maybe catching a little bit of a groove at the plate.
He did a nice job on that double play to end the last inning, not anticipating a perfect throw. So it was a little bit off the mark. He was able to make an adjustment and still able to turn the double play.
And took his time trying to bunt his way on here. This is an easy one for Harvey to handle. And we have 1 out of the 4th. Mentioned Harvey last year in 92 2/3 innings in a shortened season for him. He did give up 21 home runs.
This is a pretty fair ballpark too. I mean, I wouldn't say that this is a bandbox. I was talking to Ryan Braun about that yesterday, and he said it's pretty fair. If you get one, you're going to be able to hit it out of here, but you don't get too many cheapies here. Pretty good pitcher's park, especially on a night like tonight. Pretty deep in the center at 408.
Here's Jet Bandy. Unlike the park in the Bronx, right? There's that little jet stream at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
Saw that in play last year when the Brewers made the trip to New York in July. Bandy, it's just in the air to left field, and he hit it a ton. And Jet Bandy is homered for the Brew Crew. First of the year for Bandy, and it's a 4-0 lead for Milwaukee.
So all you got to do is talk home runs, I guess. Boy, Jet 2 for 2. Got a hold of that baby right there. Way back. And wind or no wind, didn't matter. Good for him. He's been working hard on the swing. Fastball literally right down the middle of the plate, and he knocks it out of here. And no doubter to left. Cespedes just turns around and watches it.
Brewers manufacturing home runs here in this series. Here's Chase Anderson, 3 of them last night and 2 tonight.
All the runs courtesy of the home run ball for the Brewers in this series.
Jumped on Matt Harvey, who retired the side in order in the first inning, and it has been anything but smooth since then. Drew had a threat in the third. Runners at the corners with 2 outs. Sogard skied to right, just shy of the warning track. Ball 2 strikes to Chase Anderson. Chase was talking the other day that the pitchers, you want to at least extend at bats. If nothing else, you want to make your opposing pitcher work. Which is what he's doing right here. The count is 2-2.
And what they like to do is just try to put the ball in play. Just avoid the strikeout, particularly with men on base, and drop down your bunts. Hits are a bonus.
2-2 pitch.
For most guys, I mean, there are some pitchers that expect to get hits.
Who's the best hitting pitcher you have seen with this ball club since it's become part of the national?
Gallardo, probably.
Yeah,
pretty good hitter.
He could pinch hit.
Yeah, right.
Times, right, in those longer games.
Won a game.
He did. I want to say against Baltimore a few years back. Anderson looks at a called strike 3, and there are 2 men out of the 4th.
Hey, Bonnie took Randy Johnson deep. That doesn't happen every day.
This one, that gives you a lifetime of bragging rights. Jet Bandy with his first home run of the year. We're in this 4th inning. Lineup turns over for Lorenzo Cain. mentioned Randy Johnson. I just think of that All-Star game when John Kruk wanted none of them.
A lot of guys didn't want anything to do with him.
Kruk didn't hide it.
Right. That was funny. Turned around, hitting right-handed with the left-handed helmet. No, it's standing in there left-handed.
All-star moments. 2 strikes and nothing to Lorenzo Cain. Four runs, 6 hits for the Brewers. Played well away from home. They've won 5 of their first 7 outside of Miller Park. Losses, close games. The walk-off from Matt Carpenter on Tuesday night in St. Louis, and a 1-run game last night here at Citi Field. Two-strike pitch. And we'll waste another one. As we talk about close games, that's really all this club has played for the most part.
Yeah.
A couple of exceptions in the homestand, but otherwise, go back to that series finale in San Diego, a 7-3 game. Cain shoots one, knocked down, but it still trickles into right field. It's Cain, a 2-out base runner.
Another good approach. We saw it with Santana on a pitch away. Base hit into right. This time, Lorenzo Cain does the same thing. Check this out. Just trying to put it in play. That's just a nice swing, shortening up to 2 strikes, ends up with a base hit. Boy, that's nice. Hitting coaches love that.
Seventh hit for the Brewers against Matt Harvey, and here's Eric Thames looking for his first knock of the game. Got to him last May at Miller Park, and they're getting to him a bit here tonight. Cain stole a base last evening. Wasted very little time testing that left quad injury that kept him out of Tuesday and Wednesday's games in St. Louis. Ball in there to Thames, and you see that velocity just not quite what it used to be, although we did see in the first inning Harvey pop one in there at 95. See what Cain does. He's been successful in 4 or 5 of his stolen base attempts. Holding here is Thames is down the count 0-2.
Yeah, high fastball, and Harvey got that one by him. Might be a spot where you might steal a base.
Aware of that, Harvey will try to keep him close. Years old, Matt Harvey, first-round pick back in 2010. North Carolina Tar Heel. Cain is holding. Thames looks at strike 3 call. And that'll do it for the Brewers here in inning number 4. But Jed Bandy puts another run on the board for the Brew Crew. His first long ball of the year. It's 4-0 Brewers as we head to the bottom of the 4th.
allowed and 5 strikeouts on the season. He has a .9 earned run average in his first 2 games, the 12th overall pick in 2014.
That's Sophia. Thanks much. Michael Conforto going after the first pitch, and he pops out to the catcher, Jet Bandy.
Yeah, Jet tripped over his mask. That's a no-no. Yeah, when playing tricks with that baseball. But you know what they say, it's not how, it's how many, right? You don't need style points in this game. And then he gets rid of the mask, he drops it right in front of him. Yep. All right.
Able to smile about it. No injuries and a putout. And then one base runner for the Mets. That was Jose Lobaton in the 3rd inning, and he was quickly erased on a double play. Here's Asdrubal Cabrera. He struck out his first time at the plate. 1 of 2 strikeouts so far for Anderson. Third year with the Mets for Cabrera. Bulk of his career and his best years with the Cleveland Indians. 2-time All-Star there in 2011, and then again 1 year later.
It's a good team, New York Mets. And they have put together a solid unit. They've got the pitching and defense. Well, the offense comes and goes, but if you have pitching and defense, you're going to stay in games.
Yeah, they've been solid defensively, and much more than solid on the mound, starters and the bullpen. The Brewers getting to Matt Harvey here so far tonight. And Cabrera hits this in the air to center field. And that'll be Lorenzo Cain for out number 2. Yeah, I was asking about Brewers pitchers who've been good at the plate. Brooks Kieschnick comes to mind, but you can rattle off some other names. But you still, if you had to pick one, you like Yo, didn't you?
No, he stood the test of time. What do you have? 10, 11 homers, something like that. And Scott Carl won a bad hitting pitcher, I guess. You know, his 2 home runs in his career both came in the same game. That was in Colorado.
Good place to hit.
So, you know, I mean, the stats say, yeah, he hit 2 home runs, but hey, both of them in the same game. That's pretty good. 9 of 12 first pitch strikes.
We're talking about hitting, but paid to pitch. And he is pitching really well right now. Chase Anderson. 0-2 the count to Yoenis Cespedes.
Yeah, Zach Greinke could swing a little bit.
Anderson locking in as Jet Bandy hangs the sign. Here comes the 2-strike pitch. Cespedes holds up on the change. Exactly how you want to face this hitter with the bases empty. Anderson with a 1-2.
Doing a nice job using that inside corner.
He's given a ton of credit to his pitching coach, Derek Johnson. His continued development on the mound.
Derek Johnson is starting to get the reputation of one of the better pitching coaches in the game.
And a strikeout for Chase Anderson as he gets Cespedes. As Anderson has faced the minimum through the first 4. He gave up a walk in the last inning, erased on a double play. He gets his 3rd strikeout of the night of Cespedes. 4-0 Brew Crew.
Manager Craig Counsell before the game about his offense. He said last night he felt that they did a much better job putting together at-bats, and he said, really, I don't think we're that far off. He said, we have some guys who haven't started completely clicking, and he said, really, scoring runs is sequential. He said, it's the guys putting together quality at-bats. He said, getting multiple runners on early in an inning. He said, that's something that's been missing. He said, we haven't necessarily put a lot of heat on the opposing pressure, and those are the kind of innings you want to create when the pitcher and the defense feels that pressure. So he said some things like walks, the extra base hits, those are things that they've been missing, and they've been relying on the home run ball, but certainly that has paid off here tonight.
All right, Sophia, thanks. Yeah, they've relied on the home run ball, but they really made Harvey work. That pitch count climbing here as he faces Ryan Braun in the top half of the fifth.
And you can't look at the big picture and say, you come to the ballpark and you say, we need to score runs. I mean, you got to look at a little bit more, you know, in the micro sense of it, where each hitter has to go pitch to pitch, at bat to at bat. Give me a good at bat. I want to see a good pitch to hit, put a good swing on it. That's the way you score runs. You can't look at it in the big picture, and I think everybody to a man is starting to do that much better.
We're on a couple of ground outs so far tonight, but he's going to drop a base hit into right field to begin inning number 5, hit number 8 for Milwaukee.
That's what I'm talking about. I mean, look at the 3 right-handed hitters that have done that tonight. Just kind of dumping a pretty good pitch from Harvey and just dumping it into right field. We saw Santana, Kane, now Braun. That pitch not even a strike, a slider off the corner, and look at the approach. That's not a home run swing, folks. That's just trying to put the ball in play.
Good start to this inning against Matt Harvey. Here's Travis Shaw, who has doubled and singled. Scored a run. And pops this one up into foul territory. A very polite hop for the fan.
That was a nice catch.
Check out tonight at the plate, presented by Wendy's for Shaw. Homered last night. You see his night so far tonight, a double and a single, both to right field. He's out in front here and down to the count 0-2. Three in the second off Harvey, the VR homer. And 1 in the fourth, a home run from Jet Bandy.
Yeah, a lot of off-speed stuff from Harvey in this inning. Sliders, last couple innings, sliders, a couple change-ups. A change-up to Shaw on this at bat.
The ball, 2 strikes to Travis Shaw. See if the crew can continue to put pressure on the Mets starting pitcher. In the first inning, Harvey retired the side in order. It's the one and only time. The 2-2.
And another slider. Both home runs have come on fastballs from Matt Harvey. And since that home run to Bandy after Anderson struck out, boy, there's been a lot of off-speed stuff.
'85 pitches for Harvey so far, and nobody out in inning number 5. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Shaw.
He still hasn't thrown Travis a fastball in this at bat. Change-ups, curveballs, and sliders.
Now let's see what Shaw gets with the count full. Braun is running. Pitch is a strike, and the throw to second is not in time. Shaw strikes out. Braun steals second. One away in the fifth.
Well, fastball in, and Travis might have thought it was off the corner. Not sure it was a fastball. I was watching Ryan on that. Here it is. Yep, had plenty of the plate, a changeup on a 3-2 count. Yeah, Shaw did not see a fastball in that entire sequence.
And here is Domingo Santana. Talk about milestones for Braun as he's chasing the 1,000 RBIs, also chasing 2,000 career steals. That's number 195 for him. Chasing 200. What was I saying?
2,000.
2,000. That'd be impressive.
That would be
200. 200.
monumental, wouldn't it?
195. That would make him 5 short of 200, not 5 short of 2,000. Thank you very much.
Nobody's perfect, although you're close.
Yeah, right. The ball is strike to Santana. He has a chance with a runner in scoring position. Harvey has not retired him yet. And a slowly hit ground ball to Rosario for out number 2 as Braun moves to third.
Hey, come to Miller Park for Marvel Superheroes Night on Saturday, April 21st. Special theme night ticket packages include a seat to the Cruise game against the Marlins, plus a limited edition Brewers Captain America bobblehead. Learn more at brewers.com/theme nights. Marvel Superheroes Night.
Gotcha. A little tricky. Here's Eric Sogard. Did I throw you off with trying to give Braun 1,800 more steals in his career?
No, that's just me. That's just me. You had nothing to do with that. It's a tricky word, you know, Marvel.
2 balls, no strikes to Sogard. Pitch count continues to climb for Harvey. Let's get a little activity going in their bullpen. It's a very good bullpen that the Mets have.
Yeah, they used 2 of their long relievers in yesterday's ball game. Lugo, Gesellman.
Paul Sewald there warming up. 2 balls, 1 strike to Sogard. We saw Callaway wear out a path around last night.
5 relievers,
including 4 to face 4 different hitters the same inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Eric Sogard. Braun the runner at third. And slowly hit, charging Rosario, and he makes the play. And that'll do it for the Brewers. A leadoff single is turned back halfway through, 4-0 Brewers. Chase Anderson, he has faced the minimum through the first 4 innings, has surrendered just 1 walk. That was to Jose Lobaton, squaring off with Jay Bruce in the bottom of the 5th. There's a fly ball to right, his first at bat. Ground ball to Eric Thames for out number 1.
He's been using that off-speed stuff very effectively, and using every one of his pitches effectively, and a lot of them for strikeouts. I mean, he's got a lot of strikeouts on the turn and the swing and a miss on the changeup. The fastball up out of the zone. He's got Cespedes swinging at that changeup, and he's got a couple of outs on the curveball. So everything working nicely so far for Chase Anderson. There's that curveball off the plate up in the zone, and weak contact is what it's been all about for Chase.
Facing Adrian Gonzalez with 1 out. Gonzalez to ground into the shift his first time to the plate. Very tough out for Anderson when he has faced Gonzalez. It's VR out in shallow right field. Break even pitch.
Just dotting the I on that outside corner. That's always a telltale sign for Anderson every night. He's able to throw that pitch for a strike.
Now the 1-2. By the mound, Sogard charging. 2 out.
Yeah, more weak contact. Off-speed pitches for the most part have been down. He left a couple of curveballs up in the zone, but it was the speed that got the Mets out in front. Has not made a mistake with that changeup as of yet.
He'll face Todd Frazier with the bases empty and 2 men out. He continues to work effectively. Another first pitch strike. Frazier in that last at bat, he hit a fly ball to left field. It's been the exception to the rule. The ball leaving the infield. Only 3 have left the infield against Anderson so far tonight.
Yeah, pretty much straight away for Todd Frazier. I don't see that alignment very much with the Brewers.
The 0-2.
Ground balls, 3 strikeouts, and fly balls to left, center, and right.
He is locked in. Chase with a 1-2. So with a curveball. Opening day started. Pitched well in San Diego. Gave up just 1 hit. Pitched well in his last outing against the Cubs, albeit in a losing decision. 6 innings, gave up just a couple of runs. The 2-2.
Tough pitch to lay off of right there. That's a good curveball. Over the plate, big break going straight down, and Frazier able to lay off of it.
Frazier with his first 2 Mets homers last night. Big power throughout his career. Here's the payoff. There's the second walk given up by Anderson.
He didn't bite. Pitches around the zone.
This 5th inning extends. At least 1 more hitter as Anderson will face Ahmed Rosario. 22-year-old shortstop. And that's in there for a strike. Yet another first pitch strike for Chase.
It makes it a lot easier to get through the lineup when you're not forced to throw strikes. You get behind in the count.
Frazier the runner at first. A 1-strike pitch. They get 0-2.
Yep, you throw strikes early in the count, so you don't have to throw strikes late in the count. But Todd Frazier did a good job laying off some very close pitches that look like strikes all the way to the cutout.
Rosario with an impressive play at shortstop to begin the game, and he goes up the middle. A diving stop by Sogard, and that's all he can do as the Mets get their first hit of the game. And wouldn't you know it, it's an infield hit.
Yep, infield hit. The Brewers have been victimized by a lot of those. Anderson working ahead in the count and off the plate, maybe up a little bit too much, but Rosario able to get the skunk out of the box in the hitting column for New York. And that with 2 outs, a walk and a hit, and the Mets have something going with the bottom of the order up.
First 2 were retired as Anderson got Bruce to ground out. Gonzalez to ground out to short. A walk to Frazier. Infield single for Rosario as Jose Lobaton settles in. Citi Field. That's with a 9-game winning streak. One of the best stories in the game these first few weeks. 11-1 the record. Brewers trying to cool them off. Nimmo is on deck. If the inning continues, he'll get a chance as Harvey's night will be done. A ball, a strike to Jose Lobaton. Excuse me, swing from Lobaton.
Yeah, as usual, working ahead in the count. Had Rosario 0-2. Got a 1-2 count here on Lobaton.
Last 4 years, Lobaton was with the Washington Nationals. Signed on with the Mets in mid-December. Now his second game with the big club. Here's the 1-2. He struck him out. Chase Anderson turns back a Mets threat with runners at first and second. Anderson rears back and gets his 4th strikeout of the inning. It remains 4-0 Brewers.
to a 386 so far. That big, tall, right-handed pitcher. Third appearance for him. There's not a lot of home run. Opponents hitting 333 so far against the righty.
Well, lights out, good bullpen. Bottom of the order coming up here for the Brewers as Jonathan Villar will lead things off. A 3-run homer tonight for Villar that opened up the scoring in the second inning. Matt Harvey went 5 innings, gave up 8 hits, 4 runs, all earned, walked 1, struck out 6. Two long balls he served up.
Yep. The only trouble that he really had, he had some men on base, but able to make the big pitch. Brewers not able to come up with that single with a man in scoring position.
2 balls, 1 strike to Villar, leading off inning number 6.
And Seawald spent some time with the Mets last year, had big strikeout numbers. Averaged just shy of 10 strikeouts per 9 innings.
57 appearances a year ago. Villar continues to be much more comfortable swinging from the left side of the plate this season. It's the case last year as well. Here's the 2-2. What he hit was opposite field.
They were left-hander on the mound last night. Greg Counsell let go with Hernan Perez over at second base. Perez came up with a 2-run homer last night.
He's gotten 5 strong innings here so far tonight from Chase Anderson, which includes 4 strikeouts and just 1 hit. First hit of the night for New York. Bottom of the 5th inning, an infield single from Ahmed Rosario. Now Seawald, the 27-year-old, 10th round draft pick back in 2012. Battle continues with Villar. He has yet to walk this season, Jonathan Villar. This has not been a part of his game. He walked but 30 times a year ago. There's the payoff. They made Harvey grind out pitch after pitch in his 5 innings, and Villar making Seawald work. Extended at bat for Villar, leading off the 6th. And a strikeout. Out number 1.
And not a big flamethrower, but he does have good movement and had a tail to it. Little run as he got to home plate. Fastball slider for the right-hander.
1 away, and Jet Bandy at the plate, which brings us to our Badger Mutual Insurance play of the game as he takes Harvey deep over the wall in left field. That made it a 4-0 ball game. That home run coming in inning number 4, first of the year for Jet Bandy.
He's hit the ball hard twice to left field tonight for base hits.
Brewers with 8 hits here in this game. Making all Eva's account 1-1. Brew trying to even up this series. Final game tomorrow afternoon. Jet getting some extended work here as they try to get Manny Pena back to full go. This is popped up. Lobatone will watch it carry out of play.
And Wynn's going to push it back into the seats. Interesting, hairdo for Lobatone. You check that out.
It's impressive. Have you thought about that? Get some streaks going?
Yeah, that can't be easy. You sit through that process.
My streaks are just gray.
Natural, right?
Exactly. Yep. What a tough hair day, you would think, or a tough hair night, that Wynn blowing around like that.
Right.
Hate that.
It doesn't move though, does it?
Not much. Ball 2 strikes to Bandy. Just with a slider. Jet looking for his 3rd hit of the night. And he will not get it. Breaking ball takes care of Bandy, and back-to-back strikeouts here in inning number 6.
Yeah, that is a tough slider to stay on if you're a right-handed hitter. He's got he drops down just a little bit. A deceptive delivery. 6'3", 205 pounds. You see that slider ends up on the outside corner. And it's been a good pitch for him.
And now here's Chase Anderson. Way down a sacrifice bunt in the 2nd inning, and then struck out in the 4th. Steady diet of sliders from Seawald. As I say that, fastball for strike 2.
Yeah, everything away, right? And drops down, high 3/4, slings it out of his arm.
For a 1-2-3 inning, waits there and missed. Now the 2-2. And he strikes out the side. Impressive inning from Paul Sewald out of the bullpen. Strikeouts of Villar, Bandy, and Anderson. Still 4-0 Brew Crew. once again tonight. Hey, tomorrow on Fox Sports Wisconsin, we have two big matchups for you. Game one between the Bucks and the Celtics will be on Fox Sports Wisconsin. The series finale here in New York, the Brewers and Mets, that'll be on Fox Sports Wisconsin Plus. Coverage starts at 11:30 a.m. Central, and you can watch both by putting one on your TV and another one on your Fox Sports Go app. Big day of sports in Milwaukee and throughout the state of Wisconsin. So let it snow. Watch the Brew Crew and watch the Bucks.
Good day to stay in the house and hang out and watch some sports. It is snowing in Milwaukee right now. I can tell you that.
We got that going for us. Just nice. Brewers have Chase Anderson going for him, which is really nice. See, he has been effective, giving up just one hit. That was an infield single in the 5th inning.
Interesting that the Mets have their relief pitcher leading off this 6th.
Seawald, who struck out the side.
Usually you see teams go with a double switch to keep that pitcher in multiple innings.
He has a 5-man bench, does Mickey Callaway. Keeping his reliever in there. Word, by the way, on Ryan Braun, right where he is removed from the game because of back tightness. That's why we saw Hernan Perez come into the game a while ago.
Yeah, he battles that all the time. This is certainly weather where you would expect a little issue with that back.
This is the 3rd at bat of this young season for Paul Seawald. So not uncharted territory here, what they're doing with him.
Yeah, he's got a full count.
Anderson has walked 2 so far tonight. This is hit in the air to center. Lorenzo Cain has control for out number 1.
Made him work. Made him throw 6 pitches.
Mentioned at the start, the Brewers starting rotation has 3 quality starts. Anderson has 2. On his way to a 3rd. He can keep going here tonight. Top of the order, Michael Conforto, who has struck out and popped out to the catcher. Mentioned last night, got back in the fold about a month earlier than expected. A season-ending shoulder injury suffered late last August. Strike 2 called. 1-2 the count.
Hasn't been behind too many hitters, has he, tonight? I mean, he was behind Seawald 2-0. I don't remember another time when he was down in the count 2-0.
He's really been dialed in. Here's the 1-2 rather. As I say that, he just hit Michael Conforto.
Tried to come up and in. No, he was the first hitter of the game for Chase. Was Conforto. He fell behind him 3-0. Came back to strike him out. Trying to come inside, I guess. Yeah, gets him right on the forearm. Randy actually wanted that pitch up and away.
One out, one on. The big bats will be rolling up to the plate again here, so Chase needs to stay locked in. There's Rubel Cabrera. There's an 11-game hitting streak going. It was tonight. Had 2 hits last night.
lot of left-handed bats Chase is facing here tonight. You know, 3 left-handed hitters and 2 switch hitters. We've seen a lot of lefties.
1 strike pitch. Curveball fouled away. Regular role now at second base for Cabrera. Mostly a shortstop in his career. Two-strike pitch on the way. Well, 1 hopper VR, no play at second. He'll get the out at first. 2 men out as Conforto moves up to second.
Now, there might have been a day when Jonathan VR might have flipped that one over to second base. Realizing that he's got a 4-0 lead, he takes a short out at first. Good decision.
He's made a couple of them here tonight where maybe the younger Jonathan VR might have forced the issue. That double play ground ball. We had Matt Harvey running up the line, so the throw wasn't great. Gathered himself, and he had time to double clutch. Or maybe the younger VR rushes.
Right, a little more patient over there at second base on that play.
Here's Cespedes. Becomes much more dangerous with the man or men on base. Sends this out of play.
Yeah, they tried to come inside and Chase threw it right down the middle. I wouldn't do that one again.
There's 11 RBIs lead this Mets team. Cespedes in year 2 of a 4-year contract. Huge money for the left fielder. Blue right field, and that will fall, a base hit, and this will get the Mets on the board as Conforto comes around, and it's a 4-1 game.
Not much you can do about that. I mean, that's a good pitch from Chase Anderson. Eats him up inside, but Cespedes, big and strong, able to fight it off out there in the right field. And just tip your hat here, coming inside, much better this time, and Cespedes just able to muscle that one into short right field for the RBI. 2-strike hitting, dumps it into right with 2 outs to put the Mets on the board.
It's the second hit of the game for New York. Here's Jay Bruce. Attacks the first pitch. A lot of damage he has inflicted against Milwaukee in his career. Mostly as a Red. Again, Anderson ahead of the count. No balls, 2 strikes.
Jay Bruce uses left field effectively, particularly with 2 strikes. Big shift on for him.
Once again, VR out of the grass and right. 2-strike pitch. Twice he has gone 6 innings, Chase Anderson, including his last outing on Sunday against the Cubs. Here comes the 1-2. And that is strike 3 swinging. Chase Anderson battles back. Mets get their first run of the night against him. Into any further thoughts of offense from New York on a punch out of Bruce? It's 4-1 Milwaukee.
at 56.
Thank you very much for clarifying that. Here's Lorenzo Cain leading off, and he pops up.
And that's why it's $5.6 million.
I gotcha. I get it now. Thanks for the explanation.
Took me a couple of reads to figure that all out.
It could be an educational experience up here too.
Yeah.
That's good.
It might take me a little while, but I got it.
We're all coachable.
That thing's been going on for a while. I never realized it.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. Long time.
Okay.
I think one guy came close. One person, I should say.
There you go. It's all right. Good to clarify. Eric Thames with one out. Hey, look, man, I misspoke and gave a guy 2,000 stolen bases, so you're all right. Thames a pop up. Another chance for Frazier in foul territory for out number 2. Now here comes Hernan Perez. Left fielder tonight. Let's check out the Powerball home run leaderboard. Perez has homered in each of his last 2 games. He did in the series finale Wednesday against the Cardinals, and then last night Eric Thames still at the top with 5 and Braun with 3. Just checking in, Perez now in left field. Braun leaving with back tightness. After Ronnie's last at bat at the top of the 5th, he singled to right, stole second, was left stranded at third. And they made the move. Wall with a slider to even the count. His second inning of work for Matt Harvey. Each of those home runs, maybe that'll help get Hernan going. It has been all about home runs in the first couple of games. All 5 of the runs last night, getting a 2-run shot from Perez, and tonight a 3-run home run from VR and a solo shot from Jet Bandy. A 1-2. Wondering, the only lefty in the Mets bullpen is Jerry Blevins. We saw him last night. And a comebacker will end the inning. Seawald has faced 6. He has retired 6. As we get stretch time at Citi Field, it's 4-1 Milwaukee.
He was very good his last time out against the Cubs. And he's allowed only 1 run here tonight through 6.
Gonzalez, Frazier, and Rosario for the Mets in the bottom of inning number 7. Curveball gets Anderson a strike.
And that's what has been the difference for him, is being able to throw something other than a fastball first pitch.
In the air, shallow left. Hernan Perez will call off Sogard for out number 1.
Yep, curveball changeup got him on the pop-up.
Chase has done a terrific job against Gonzalez, who came into the game 9 for 18 against him, but Mets first baseman is 0 for 3 tonight. That'll be the last hitter that Anderson will face this evening. Council needed a starter to push it into inning number 7, and he got just that from Chase Anderson. 6 1/3, allows just a run and 2 hits. Pitching change at Citi Field as the Brewers lead the Mets 4-1. Wearing a Brewers uniform, by far his best work as a Brewer. He faces Todd Frazier. Frazier tonight has fly to right and walked. Chase in line to get his first win of the season, but a lot of work to do, and we'll see if the Brewers bullpen is up to the task as Jeffress drops a curveball to even the count.
Yeah, Jeremy last pitched on Tuesday against the Cardinals, struck out the only batter that he faced.
Was able to do that against Marcell Ozuna in back-to-back nights. Monday as well as a day later. Their curve is tapped foul. ERA is 2.5 as a Brewer. Covers 167 appearances. Third time around with the Brew Crew for Jeffress. Frazier is followed by Ahmed Rosario. Anderson retired Adrian Gonzalez to begin this inning. before giving way to Jeffress. And he shoots one away from the shift and a base hit for Frazier.
Another knuckle buster, and I've seen a few of those tonight. And one from Cespedes. Coming inside, didn't get it in there. 95 miles an hour, beats the shift. He just muscles it into right field. Good hitter, hitting with 2 strikes and able to reach.
Here's Rosario, who had the first hit of the game for New York, an infield single in the 5th. Brewers bullpen again asked to get the job done.
I need 8 outs tonight.
Last night, Zach Davies exited after 4 1/3. Bullpen gave up just 1 run the rest of the way. Talked about this Brewers bullpen, and it's been effective in helping this team mount comebacks. The blown save stat, it's real, it's there. They performed better than if you just look at that one stat. They've really been hurt with the loss of their lone all-star from a year ago, Corey Knebel.
And the Brewers bullpen in pretty good shape. The only guy you might not see tonight is Barnes. He threw 2 innings last night. Everybody else should be ready to go.
A ball, 2 strikes. Chance for 2. Sogard flips to VR. There's 1. And the throw to first is in time. A double play. 6-4-3 as Jeremy Jeffress gets the ground ball he was looking for. Good work again for Jeffress as he comes on in relief of Chase Anderson. And here's the 6-4-3 to end the inning. 4-1 Brewers lead the Mets after 7.
And Pub in Chautauqua, Wisconsin, if they call the Brewers by 10 o'clock tomorrow. That's 10 a.m. They'll get 40 tickets to a Friday night game in the Miller Lite Beer Pen. This offer courtesy of the Tavern League of Wisconsin and Miller Lite.
Chautauqua, Wisconsin. 3rd inning of work for Paul Sewald. He had a couple of 3-inning appearances for the Mets last year. Facing Travis Shaw to lead off the 8th inning.
Yeah, he's got 6 up, 6 down going right now.
Struck out the side in the 6th. Shaw, Santana, and Sogard for the Brewers in inning number 8. Two and 2 to Shaw. Runs, 8 hits for the Brewers. A run on 3 for the Mets. Double to right, a single to right for Shaw before taking a called 3rd strike in the 5th. Sewald with a 2-2. And Harvey went the first 5, and Harvey was the one who gave up the runs. 4 runs, 8 hits. Payoff pitch. Travis gets a piece. Did his 2nd home run of the year last night, did Shaw.
Fastball down and in, golfed it out of here to right.
And it goes down swinging to begin inning number 8.
This guy's got some pretty good stuff out there. That run on that fastball every now and again will sink it. Got the slider, so nothing really straight out of his hand, and working both sides of the plate effectively.
4 strikeouts for him in relief. 1 out for Domingo Santana. Santana has singled and walked tonight, also grounded to 3rd. Or grounded to short, I should say. Two strikes and nothing to Santana. Sewald not messing around. Slider gets Santana for out number 2. Already 5 strikeouts here for Paul Sewald, and that's the 11th strikeout for Mets pitching.
Yeah, that's a nasty slider. I mean, the scouting report on this guy is you better hit the fastball because the slider is, you know, very difficult, not just to, you know, square up, but just get a piece of, especially when he puts it where he's been putting it tonight, right on the corner, down and away to right-handers.
Here's Sogard.
Those are the pitches you can't let go by against this guy.
I said it at the beginning of the broadcast tonight, as effective as that starting rotation is, the bullpen been even better for the Mets. Collective ERA of 1.57 coming into this game. All 2 strikes to Sogard with 2 outs and the bases empty. Once again, seeing some pretty good pitching tonight. Harvey struggled, but Sewald has been terrific in relief. Chase Anderson outstanding.
It's been a long stretch of pretty good pitching the Brewers have been facing. The Cardinals, Cubs, pretty good pitching staff, and the Mets.
And they'll get Noah Syndergaard tomorrow. And then a 7-game homestand. 3 with the Reds and 4 with the Marlins. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Sogard. And that is pulled deep down the right field line, but foul. Whoa.
Yeah, he got all that one. Down and in, golfed it. Just couldn't keep it fair.
Sogard the ball hard in the 3rd inning to right field. It's a lazy fly ball into shallow right for Jay Bruce. And another 1, 2, 3 innings. Seabold has faced 9, retired 9. It's still 4-1 Brewers, bottom of the 8th.
With back tightness, we'll get more on that as well. That's coming up on Brewers Live, brought to you by Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin.
All right, Sophia, thanks. We will look forward to that and hopefully a win to talk about tonight. Change here for the Brewers. Double switch here made by Craig Counsell as Orlando Arcia will enter the game at a shortstop. He'll hit in the 9th spot of the order. And now Josh Hader is on the mound for the Brew Crew.
Yeah, 235 earned run average. He did give up a home run his last time out against St. Louis. That was on Wednesday afternoon against the Cardinals.
Juan Lagares pinch hitting here for the Mets. Mets with just 3 hits in the game. 2 off Chase Anderson, 1 off Jeffress, but then Jeffress got a double play ground out to end the inning.
That'll be back-to-back pinch hitters for the Mets. They got Lagares in the 8th spot and then the pitcher spot coming up.
Wilmer Flores on deck. Break even pitch. Hader ahead of the count. It has been awfully good. Fans have wondered why doesn't he close. Craig Counsell has said on multiple occasions he likes to pick the hitters he's going to face.
He could very well close tonight.
He could. 6-out save. See how this inning fares as he misses inside to Lagares. Two balls, 2 strikes. And a swing and a miss. A little blow by from Josh Hader for out number 1.
Yeah, best fastball that he threw right there, 94 miles an hour. And the thing about Hader, he's getting more and more comfortable throwing that slider in key spots. That one, middle in, blows it right by him. You can see Lagares underneath it.
One away for Wilmer Flores. Slider in there to Flores for strike 1. We're trying to continue the theme of strong Brewers pitching here tonight. This with a fastball to even the count.
It is a night for the pitcher.
Sure is. Cold, windy.
Yeah. Wind blowing in.
Going to be more of the same tomorrow. High temperature here just in the 40s. Facing Wilmer Flores, the 26-year-old. He remembered by many forever for when he thought he was being moved to Milwaukee back in July of 2015. There was all that speculation he was part of the Carlos Gomez trade. Cameras were on him. He was tearing up.
Yeah, he wasn't happy.
Can't believe everything you hear. Still a Met and a strikeout victim is Hader. It's back-to-back strikeouts in inning number 8.
Yeah, climbed the ladder on him, threw it up in his zone. And now he's got Conforto, the left-hander. Here it is, hit it up in his zone. Yeah, good luck to you.
Well, 2 outs so far so good in inning number 8 for Josh Hader as he faces Michael Conforto. Slings it in there at 94. Just pouring it in there right now.
Good heat, 95 there, his best one.
Hader with strikeouts of back-to-back pinch hitters, Juan Lagares and Wilmer Flores. Ahead 2 strikes to nothing to Michael Conforto. And that just missed.
Yeah, what did it? Let's go. Bring him up. What is a strike anyway?
Wow.
Come on.
Well, that was.
Seriously. Let's go, Larry.
Hader loads up with a 1-2. Slider missed. Now the 2-2. And he strikes out the side. Brewers bullpen continues in shutdown mode. This 8th inning, it belongs to Josh Hader. Strikes out Juan Lagares, Wilmer Flores, and then Michael Conforto to end the inning. We move to the 9th. It's 4-1 Milwaukee. with the Mets catchers, and Hansel Robles is now on the mound for New York.
And another guy coming out of that Mets bullpen that has pretty good numbers. Look at it, 10 punch-outs in 5 innings. And a 180 earned run average, 2-0 for Robles. Last pitched on the 10th, a scoreless inning against the Marlins.
He follows Paul Sewald, who worked 3 perfect innings, striking out 5 along the way. Jonathan Villar, the big blows of the night, a 3-run homer in the 2nd inning. Comes off Matt Harvey. Robles ahead in the count, 2 strikes and nothing to Villar. Villar, Bandy, and Arcia for the Crew here in the top half of the 9th inning. That is a called 3rd strike in there at 95 miles an hour. Robles with a quick strikeout of Jonathan Villar for out number 1.
Yeah, this Mets bullpen not messing around now. 6 strikeouts since they've come in.
Robles had 7 wins in relief a year ago for the Mets, 46 appearances. Villar with one of the big shots, Bandy the other. Solo home run in the 4th inning.
And he's already got 2 wins this year.
Mets pitchers have racked up 12 strikeouts in this game. Aaron back and letting it fly. Those 13 Brewers have been retired. Robles ahead of the count, 2 strikes and nothing to the Milwaukee catcher. And they're at 97. Turning it up another notch. We'll get a good diet of that tomorrow. With Syndergaard on the mound.
He'll be touching triple digits.
Here's the 0-2. And he's had a good night at the plate. Home run, a single in the 2nd inning before striking out in the 6th. And 8 hit nights for the Brew Crew. A swing and a miss.
Got him on a slider, kind of a cement mixer. Didn't do a whole lot. Tied him up inside.
Let's check out what's on tap, presented by Miller Lite. Final game of the series tomorrow. Ulysse Chassin on the mound for the Crew against Noah Syndergaard. Our coverage tomorrow begins at 11:30 tomorrow morning. Fox Sports Wisconsin. Here's Orlando Arcia, his first at bat of the night. We want to remind you it is Fox Sports Wisconsin Plus for the Brewers tomorrow. The Bucks and the Celtics will be on Fox Sports Wisconsin. So have your app ready. It's one on television, the other on your app, and you're good to go. Arcia trying to get it going at the plate. You see that low batting average. He's had some clutch moments to be sure. He is scuffling. Maybe not anymore as he lifts a fly ball deep to left field, and that's out of here. He's not scuffling at all. Just smoked one out of here.
About, Matty? Come on. Now you're right. I mean, he and Darnell Coles were working hard on the approach. And he got one and he turned on it. Brewers have their 4-run lead back.
No doubter for Orlando Arcia.
Fastball in, was supposed to be away, and Arcia turns on it. 3rd home run of the night for Milwaukee, just like last night. Responsible for all of their runs. We're talking about manufacturing runs early in the game. That's overrated.
It really is. Yep. Home runs are still cool.
Yeah, right.
Slider to Kane to even the count. That's big for Arcia, and his teammates letting him know. Look at that.
Yeah, he needed that.
One pitch to Kane. He goes the other way into right field, and Jay Bruce is there. And that'll end the inning for Milwaukee, but yet another home run for the Brew Crew here in the top half of the 9th inning. This time it was from Arcia, and the Brewers take a 4-run lead to the bottom of the 9th.
Three-run lead in the 8th. If he finishes it.
Brewers do have activity in their bullpen as Drupal Cabrera will lead things off. Hader struck out the side in the 8th.
I guess you have to weigh what's important, right? I mean, you just save Hader's bullets maybe for tomorrow. Might be able to give you a little bit tomorrow if you minimize his pitches tonight. You got Albers getting loose down in the pen.
Well, the 23 outs Hader has recorded, 17 have been strikeouts as you look at Matt Albers.
And switch hitter on deck, and then Cespedes.
0-2 to Cabrera.
I should say a switch hitter at the plate, and then Cespedes.
He's followed by Jay Bruce. Mets with just 3 hits in the game. They didn't get their first hit tonight until there were 2 men out of the 5th inning. There's an infield single from Ahmed Rosario off of Chase Anderson. Anderson went 6 1/3. Gave up a run on just 2 hits. Struck out 5. Hader with the 2-strike pitch. And there's strikeout number 4 in relief for Josh Hader, out number 1.
They're just blowing him away with the fastball. He's shown a couple of sliders tonight. But it's been basically the big fastball tonight. It's been the big pitch for him.
One away in the 9th inning for Cespedes, who has the 1 RBI tonight, a 6th inning run scoring single. Peter is really dialed in.
Yeah, breaking pitch there.
Oh, 0-1 the count to Yoenis Cespedes. Make it 0-2. Vincent Anderson started. Jeremy Jeffress got the job done as well, finishing up that 7th inning. Gave up a hit and then got a double play ground ball off the bat of Rosario. 2 strikes and nothing to the Mets left fielder. And there is yet another strikeout for Hader. That's 5 in a row he has punched out. And the Brewers are 1 out away from evening this series.
Well, he got into his head. He threw him a slider first pitch. And then 2 fastballs. You saw Bandy setting up higher than high, and he put it right there. Cespedes couldn't hold up. Looks good, but bad for you. That high fastball.
Tempting and incredibly difficult to hit. Here's Jay Bruce. And he looks at a slider. Bruce tonight a fly ball, a ground ball, and a strikeout in the 6th. 0-1 pitch. In the air, center field. Lorenzo Cain coming on, and the Brewers win it. A 6-out save for Josh Hader, striking out 5 along the way. Back a couple of years, Carlos Torres turned in a 6-out save against the Braves. Great work by the Brewers pitching, and the home run bats once again there for the crew.
Yeah, amazing. I mean, it all starts with Chase Anderson. I mean, he kept the Mets off the board, allowed the Brewers big bats to get going, and the bullpen taking over. This was just a nice win for the Brewers, one of those that they needed. I mean, not one of those real tight games at the end. It was kind of a cruise toward the end, and well done, Jonathan Villar, with the big blow, with the big 3-run homer.
Nails back in the 2nd inning, and the Brewers get 2 more bombs the rest of the way. 5-1 the final. Craig Cashon and Jerry Augustine coming up next with Brewers Live right here on Fox Sports Wisconsin.